I'm your host, Eastside Legend, and today I will play the audio, let you hear the video, and then give my opinion on it.
My name's Corey. I've been a Lake Trust member since I was 18 years old. Lake Trust has been a big part of my life. It's been a part of every aspect. Just knowing that we have somebody there that we can talk through absolutely everything and has been.
As you can see, I'm about to react to Crimson Care channel. So if you want to find her page, just go right on YouTube, punch in Crimson Care. You will find all her videos, her shorts, her live. You will find all her content there. So right now we about to react to Crimson Care. Shera 7 announced her husband passed away, so we're gonna react to this video. Comment down below, share.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, okay, recently, Miss Sprinkle publicly announced that her husband of 20 years passed away. Mr. James passed away.
So just so you know, Sprinkle husband, Shera 7 husband passed away. So rest in peace to that man. I heard he was a provider. I heard he was a good man. Let's see what she say about him.
I don't know when. This is apparently a recent thing that she's just now announcing to the public. So, because from what you're going to hear on this clip, it seems like this was something that had been going on, but she didn't say that publicly until just recently. So first of all, may that man rest in peace. You know what? I'm gonna try to be as tactful as I can, because this isn't so much about
let me read this comment real quick. Somebody said, hi, Momo's behind you.
Mr. James.
All right, so just so everybody know, this video is about Shera 7, the dating coach, the life coach or whatever. Her husband passed away, so I'm just reacting to the video. We're gonna see what they say.
As it is about her and how she chose to publicly speak on her husband, on her late husband. So I'm just going to let that's going viral. Apparently, this is a clip from a longer live stream or what have you. In any case,
oh yeah, y'all clowning in the comments. Talking about he looked like a zesty dude. Man, you sound crazy. You know how many women I done dealt with in my life? Y'all better go read a book, man. You talking about he looking zesty. Shit, I look good to me, you feel me? I probably need a haircut though, but nah, I don't look zesty. Nah, that's crazy. But you gotta relax.
This is the clip that's going viral, so we're going to let it play.
Also, her husband James passed away.
And I've said that on every line. I said, if I ever become a widow, I'm never remarrying again. How long was I married for? 20 years. The girls are fine. They're healed. They're good. We're moving forward. And part of the reason why they can heal and move forward is because I didn't tell everybody when it happened. I just let people do all their
Hold on, wait. Crimson Curve. Y'all subscribe to Crimson Curve because right now she's dropping fire right now. But right now, did y'all just hear what Shira Seven said? She been married to her husband for 20 years. Now she talking about we moving on. What you be we moving on? You been with this man for 20 years. Now you talking about we moving on. Man, I swear it's like these women be married to you for one reason, just so you can provide for them. And as soon as the man passed away, she talk about, I'm moving on. I don't think I'm ever get married again. I know you ain't gonna get married again. Because look how you telling all these other women to just use men for money.
talking and trolling and all this kind of stuff. But at that time, those things were happening to us. And so we just really didn't talk about it because crazy people on the internet. Yes, I'm a widow now. He was older, much older. We had a big age gap relationship. But we were married for 20 years. He was a provider. I never had to pay no bills. He was a good guy, and he will be missed. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Condolences to Shira and her family.
That's straight bullshit. You've been married to this man for 20 years and all you got to say is, he was a good provider. I didn't have to pay no bills. That's all you got to say about him? Like, what about the stories like y'all had together? What about the good times y'all had together? Like, you could have came on here and said something way better. But all you had to say is, he was a good man. He was a provider. I didn't have to pay bills. Like, come on, man. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that. Like, you could have told us a story about him or something or anything. But all you want to come on here and talk about is the money. Like, that's crazy.
Just send her some prayers and some blessings. Shira Seven just announced that her husband...
Now, as I said, this isn't about Mr. James. Once again, rest in peace to Mr. James and condolences to those who loved him and are going to miss him and his family. This is about how she chose to remember him publicly. And I guess it's on brand, so I'm not really surprised by it. You was married to this man for 20 years, and the uppermost thing in your mind to share about this man was that you never had to pay any bills. This was the uppermost thing in your mind that you chose to speak on, that you chose to highlight. You chose to highlight that you never had to pay any bills, and so he'll be missed. Speaking as a woman who has gone through being a widow, I'm not here to judge how somebody...
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this? I can't tell Shira Seven how to grieve. I can't tell her how to feel right now. Her husband passed away. I can't tell her how to grieve. But when you come on here and you say he was a good man and he was a provider, I didn't have to pay no bills, like, you only care about yourself. You ain't saying nothing good about this man. Put some respect on his name, damn it. This is why I tell y'all women, please don't listen to Shira Seven. Because you see, she come on here, she talk a bunch of bullshit.
Grieve. Because if it's not super recent or just right there, sometimes that crying and all of that comes in waves. That's not a constant everyday thing necessarily. So you're not constantly crying every day. It hits you. It'll hit you at odd times when you suffer a loss. But my thing is this: why remember him like that? Why? And he was a good guy. Like, he gone now. The fact that she's not dropping her brand facade to be human for a moment while she shares something that is uniquely human, a touching, emotional thing. This was a time for her to emotionally connect to her audience. If you're going to use the poor man's death as content, let's just be honest. If you're going to use the man's death as a content, then at minimum, the least you could do is be human with your audience while you share it.
Canyon University.
They said, why is there smoke? Oh man, because I smoke weed. All right, so that was the Shira 7 reaction on Crimson Curve. Well, let's see what other videos they got on here. All right, so right now I'm gonna go on Local 4 News, Detroit. I'm gonna see what they talking about on Local 4 News.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
It's like a gut punch for thousands of auto workers. Stellantis making a shocking announcement today. Their workers won't get their profit sharing checks. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kimberly Gill. Amaya Kuznicki is live outside the Stellantis plant.
Damn, did y'all hear that? The workers won't get they check at Stellantis in Detroit. Man, that's messed up. Let's see what they talk about.
Detroit with what workers are saying about this.
Yeah, we chatted with some of those workers as they were headed to lunch, and while a lot of them didn't feel comfortable going on camera, they made their frustrations very clear. They said it's all anyone can talk about inside of that plant. Now, Stellantis says 2025 was, quote, a challenging year. The automaker reporting it.
All right, so basically, as Stellantis reports 2025 loss of no profit sharing. So they don't get no profit sharing in 2025. It's bullshit.
Has lost over $26 billion from scaling back electric vehicle production. That drop in profits is why workers won't be cashing in their checks. As for rivals Ford and GM, they're set to give their workers thousands of dollars. Auto workers at GM are getting $10,500, and Ford workers are getting $6,780. Now, Rhonda Wise, she has worked in a factory for over 3 decades and says these checks are something families rely on. Take a listen.
We should have known before today, that we're not getting the money so people can make plans, for the future. This is our livelihood. This is all we have. A lot of people don't have outside money coming in. So if this is all you have and you're expecting something and nobody says anything, that's a big kick in the, what.
We did reach out to the UAW and got a statement from President Shawn Fain.
All right. So The UAW president, Sean Fain, he just said it's a damn shame that auto workers continue to pay the price for horrible mismanagement at Stellantis. Damn.
He says it's a shame auto workers continue to pay the price for horrible mismanagement at Stellantis. We have a lot more on this story, so make sure you stay with us. But for now, we're live in Detroit. Amaya Kaznicki, Local 4.
Okay, we look forward to your reports coming up in later editions of Local 4 News. Amaya, thank you so much. On the heels of her final State of the State address, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is on a big literary push after new lows in Michigan reading scores. Michigan ranks 44th for reading on the National Assessment of Educational Progress, with roughly 40% of third graders proficient in reading, excuse me. Here's what the governor is proposing. Universal.
We know the whole country is struggling with literacy, that we are behind where we need to be. Michigan is 44th out of, 44th in fourth grade reading. It's unacceptable. One of the problems is that administration after administration, every couple of years, we change how we're going to do it. Up until last year, we had 400 different methods of literacy being taught in schools across Michigan. That's nuts. So what we did, we studied what happened in Mississippi. They call it the Mississippi Miracle. People in Mississippi will tell you it wasn't a miracle, it was a marathon. They committed to phonics, right? They committed to the science of reading, legislation.
Did y'all just hear that? They said the literacy in Michigan is horrible. They said we at a 44% right now.
Which I just signed into law last year. They made a long-term commitment. They are not going to change it 2 years later, 3 years later. They made that commitment. And that's what made the difference in Mississippi. And we're well on our way, but we've got to stay committed.
Here's what the governor is proposing. Universal full-day pre-K, more funding for evidence-based reading curriculums, and expanded teacher training. It is certainly a big issue plaguing our young readers, and we are digging more into this issue. Our Jay Scott Smith hit the ground today talking to local schools about what they're seeing and what they need to turn the corner, and we will have his reports coming up on Local 4 News beginning at 5. All right, now to a Local 4 update. Jamarian Hardiman is guilty as charged in what prosecutors say was a plot to open fire at an Oakland County high school graduation. The 20-year-old took the plea deal this week. Hardiman and 19-year-old Dahavion Whaley are accused of planning to target a graduation ceremony at the Arts and Technology Academy of Pontiac.
Them boys got caught. They say it was a graduation plot, but they pled guilty. Crazy.
This was back in June, but deputies intervened and recovered 2 loaded guns. Whaley is scheduled to be back in court next week for his pre-trial hearing. A Lyft driver has been charged with murder after a crash that killed 2 passengers. Here's the aftermath. Happened last Saturday near Cardinal Health on Rosa Parks Boulevard. First responders said they found the car up.
Damn, they say a Lyft driver charged for murder. That's tragic. Lyft driver charged with murder in Detroit. Damn, he must have been going too fast. Damn, that's crazy. That motherfucker must have been. His ass must have been drunk or something. Lyft driver charged with murder in Detroit crash. Hold on, let me show y'all. Lyft driver charged with murder in Detroit crash. That shit crazy, ain't it? Man, I told y'all they can't drive, man. I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all.
Right against a loading dock with two people inside. Police believe Theopris Mays was driving recklessly when he lost control and.
All right, I'm about to show y'all the Lyft driver that lost control and killed somebody. Give me 1 second. They say this the Lyft driver that killed somebody in Detroit in the crash. Tragic. I guess he was speeding or something. He lost control. It was over after that, you feel me? It was over. Let's see what his name say. That nigga name say Theopris Mays. I ain't never heard of that name. I heard of Dio, but not the other part, Theopris. Shit, that nigga name. Shit, I thought that. Shit, I don't know where the fuck he got that name from. But that shit tragic, bro. That's tragic right there. Oh yeah, just so y'all know, I'm making steak tonight. I'm making steak and rice. No, matter of fact, not rice, but I'm making steak and corn. You feel me? Y'all probably ain't know I be cooking. You know, I be whipping up. Hold on, let me see what she just said.
Crashed into the building. Prosecutors say Mays was working as a Lyft driver at the time of the crash. His bond was set at $500,000. A man has died after being hit by several cars on I-75 late Wednesday night. Police say a 36-year-old who had been reportedly emotionally distressed ran from his parents' car near the.
Man, that's crazy. They said man dies after being struck by several cars on I-75. Man, that's crazy. Damn. They said he was struck by several cars. Damn. So that means he must have got out the car then, cause how you on I-75 just walking?
Civic Center. Investigators say he was hit in the middle lane near Waddles, and other vehicles also hit him. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Troopers say drugs and alcohol are not factors. Northbound I-75 was closed for about 4 hours as deputies investigated. Today, state lawmakers will propose regulations for hyperbaric oxygen chambers. The bill comes more than a year after a 5-year-old boy died in Troy when a chamber exploded while he received medical treatment. 4 employees are charged with his death. Lawmakers say the goal is to make sure patients get clear information about the FDA's recommendations and risks before they go inside one of those chambers. There's a burger war brewing in Oakland County. Hunter House, Birmingham's iconic burger spot, is suing a new restaurant that just moved into an old building. The lawsuit claims the new place looks too much like the original. Better Burgers moved in earlier this month.
You feel me? It's time to go check on my food. I need this. Yeah, that's you feel me? Oh yeah. Y'all probably didn't even know I can draw. Y'all probably didn't even know.
You want a piece of me? I want the whole thing.
Hey, I'm reacting to
In Black America.
I'm reacting to Chaz Charday right now. You gotta subscribe to her channel. You gotta subscribe to her channel. No, I'm telling you for real. You gotta subscribe to her channel. Cause she speak facts though. She damn near like my auntie for real.
In culture, the hood dudes are the ones who are perceived as the most masculine. Just say you want a hood dude. Don't try to make it the fault of educated Black men. She said you can't date a man in the city of Atlanta. Well, let's see why she has to say this.
Okay, if you want to be around straight men in Atlanta, you have to hang in the country or in the hood environments. Unfortunately, all the men in Buckhead and in Midtown and in the swanky things in the city, the art events, the cultural things, all those places, unfortunately, that has been overtaken by DL. You know what's crazy? Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. When I was younger, when I was in middle school, I was like so ready to go to Spelman because both of my aunties were Spelman, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And then I remember all of a sudden hearing all these stories, all of these reports about there being like all of these gay DL men in Atlanta. And I remember that being like a big reason actually as to why I ended up not going to Spelman, y'all. True story. I hate to say this now, but true story. But I'm saying that because like honestly, black women from Atlanta, they really do have a bad education. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's crazy because there are so many black people in Atlanta who do well, who are well-to-do, who are educated, but for some reason, like there's just this reputation, and it's probably not fair for black men in Atlanta who actually are legitimately straight and just are not. They're just not into that. It's probably unfair for them, but there is this reputation that precedes them. With that said, it is funny that here we have black men in Atlanta. Many of them would kind of fit the profile as far as being educated, white collar, having the degrees, doing all the things that a lot of ladies say that they need to do. But notice how even when you have these black men who are pursuing that, they still become disqualified. It is because, oh, because they're gay or they're DL. And I'm like, I also think that's a bit misandrous. Like, I do understand that there's a reputation. I do understand that there is obviously a huge LGBTQ plus population out of Atlanta. Like, that's for real. But I'm also like, okay, is that a bit misandrous? Because here now we're creating another reason as to why black men are not good enough. When there are black men out there who are actually, they're doing the thing. They're doing what you're supposed to do, what women said from a good man. They're putting themselves in positions to get higher education. They're putting themselves in positions to get the corporate jobs, which some ladies really value to get the status. And even when they get that, okay, now you're just assuming they're gay or they're DL because of where they live. Like, I don't think that that's necessary.
So the topic of this video is a black woman said that educated black man is, and she said date hood dudes instead. Ain't that some stupid shit though? So because I'm educated, that mean I gotta be gay. Like, that's some stupid shit. You know, black women always say stupid shit like that. Try to, go for our manhood. That's the first thing they always do. So just because I'm educated, you want to say I'm gay. Like, that's crazy. But you can't assault black men like that. You try to go for our manhood. That's all women do. Look, watch this. But you gotta listen to what she's saying though. I'm telling you, she be speaking facts. No, for real. She be speaking facts though. So, black men being educated, that's a good thing. Don't ever think that it's gay or it's sassy to be educated. Alright. So make sure you subscribe to that channel. No, seriously.
Really fair. I can say that I did it. I was young, so I'm gonna use that as the excuse. But I don't think that's fair, honestly. But let's continue.
Don't ask me, ask your mom. And so that's why you'll see, like in Atlanta, a lot of pretty women just look like hood or country men. That's because they're trying to make.
I ain't never been to Atlanta though, for real. But she talking about you. She said you can't date no man in Atlanta. That's what they saying right now. That's what she saying. You can't date no man in Atlanta.
make sure that they're straight.
Okay, but here's the thing about it. You're gonna see pretty educated women with hood or country, uneducated dudes outside of Atlanta. This is not just specific to Atlanta. If this was only happening in Atlanta, then she might have a point. But I'm sure every last one of y'all guys, including you black men who've been in college, have probably seen with your own eyes.
Oh, already teaching them to customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
No, math.